Hi everybody, my name's Chris. This is Jessica.
Hi, my name's Jessica. He's Chris.
And we're totally married.
Yeah, did you see how we did the introduction a second ago? Like really married style?
What? What's really married style?
Like knowing each other's names a lot?
We did. We did not forget each other's names. We've been married for 13 years. Sometimes people ask us for advice on Twitter and we decided we'd answer some of those questions today.
Thought we'd talk about it. The elephant in the room.
Marriage.
Marriage. We've been doing that for a while.
Caroline says, do you think the fact that you're high school, I think it's sweethearts, has strengthened your relationship? I love your family.
I love that we were high school sweethearts. I love it a billion times. I love it.
That's my girlfriend.
I feel like young relationships have a bad rap. I've heard people say like, oh, we got married too young, and they 100% believe that and had that situation in their lives, so I'm not judging that. Like, I guess it happens. But for us, for me, I love that we got married young. I would have been with you even sooner if it was allowed. I don't know, we got married at 16. No, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to what I said. We started dating when we were 16. I feel like so many people say that that's too young or too early. I don't know how it wasn't, but it wasn't at all. And I'm so glad that we built our lives with just us. Like, he doesn't have some past baggage. I don't have past baggage. I feel like so honored that I've gotten to spend as many years as I have with him. And I'm really excited to be like really old and be like, oh, this is our 60th wedding anniversary because we got married when we were just tiny little babies.
Abby says, how do you agree on parenting styles?
We just don't really talk about it.
We have been talking about it since high school.
That's true. And now I say, and this is what we do, Christopher. When you got 4 of them, you're like juggling all these different things of like what they're allowed to do in that moment because they all have different ways of needing to be handled. Mm-hmm. And then you have to telepathically communicate your desired responses to the other person.
Yeah, it has to be in a look.
No, I'm just saying like you have to telepathically do it, and we don't know telepathy yet. So like that doesn't always work.
A lot of it's guesswork.
Yeah.
and interrogation.
And talking loud enough for him to hear me from the other room. Christopher, this is what I just said to the children. This is the rule thing we're doing right now. He's like, what's the rule? I'm like, I don't know, I already forgot.
There's a lot of like, well, what did mommy say? And they're like, well, she said no. And I'm like, why do you think I'm gonna tell you something different?
There's a lot of, well, what did mommy say? Mommy said, talk to daddy. And then you go, well, talk to mommy. And then we just pinball them back and forth for a while until they get tired. And then they fall asleep.
Yeah, so really, fatigue is the best parenting style.
Confusing them as much as possible.
Bria says, who was the flower girl? We had 2.
2 flower girls. They were so cute. Remember those little girls going down the aisle? They were so sweet.
Here's a picture of our flower girls. Our flower girls were Colleen and Rachel. Michelle says, I'm getting married on October 27th. Any tips for the wedding day? And what is your greatest advice for a happy marriage? Congratulations, before we start answering this question.
Congratulations, October 27th.
Yeah,
soon.
It's coming up.
My big tip for the wedding, I mean, take this however you want to take it, but it's just a day and it's a party. Don't put your whole everything on it. The important part is the marriage and your relationship, and that you're entering into that. And then a lot of people say like, make sure there's somebody in charge of feeding you.
Yeah, you forget to eat. My personal favorite advice on marriage is communicate. A lot of married couples aren't honest with each other and don't communicate well, and the times when I feel like we're having the best marriage is when we are communicating well and talking with each other well and understand each other.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. Just kidding. My parents are divorced, and that happened when I was like 10, and then I kind of went through a lot of like parents dating and parent dating drama, and I was really into television, and I saw a lot of like television drama of relationships, and Christopher was my first boyfriend. Like, we were high school sweethearts. I dated a guy for 2 weeks once, but Christopher was my first boyfriend. Like, that was just a friend dating high school thing. So I didn't have like a grasp of what a relationship was. I just kind of saw drama around me, so I thought that relationships were drama. And I remember hearing, and this is gonna sound so basic, but it really to me resonated deeply at the time and mattered a lot for me going forward in relationships. So I remember this realization moment of just wanting the best for each other and realizing that he wanted the best for me and I wanted the best for him. And that was like the bottom line of it. And I didn't realize that before. Like I felt like I had either jealousy or paranoia, or I was always like trying to pick a fight, or just try to improve him or me or a relationship, or just be like, oh, are we doing this right? Are we doing this how it should look? Should you be holding my hand to class? And like, you should be late for class because you love me. And like, things really kind of silly and dramatic, but that's what I saw in television. Or like, get me the big stuffed bear for Valentine's Day because that's what it should be like. Like, I was just kind of basing it off of television, I would say. Like, that's all I had.
For the record, I did get her the big bear.
He
She
did
didn't
all the
ask for
things.
it.
I did.
You
I
did.
demanded it.
You did what?
For a couple years, and then finally...
Oh, I surprised you though.
Finally, he surprised me with it. Like, that was
She
the
walked
thing.
into math class and it was sitting in her seat. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That was some...
I think you got me something for every
Class that you
class.
had.
Yeah.
I snuck into
Sweet.
every single one of her classes before she got in there, and there was something waiting for her.
But this was like year 2 in our relationship. Like, he had to learn the hard way that I was like...
Year 1 was rough.
I was like, this is what's supposed to happen in relationships. So finally, when I got over that and had like nagged him enough and was kind of, I gave into it and was like, oh, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna expect that. Then he went all like surprise crazy on me.
Olivia says, favorite married TV couple. I feel like all the married couples are the same.
You did not watch enough One Tree Hill with me.
Oh, I guess, okay, so yeah, I guess I'm basing it all off of sitcoms, and all sitcom couples.
Why are you watching
so
so many when have you ever watched a sitcom?
Like when I was younger. I don't watch
Well, like
much TV
Everybody Loves
now.
Raymond? Is that
Yeah,
the
it's like
only thing?
Everybody Loves Raymond, Family Matters, Modern Family. It's all kind of the same.
Modern Family is about married couples that aren't the same. That's the actual premise of Modern Family.
But here's the thing: is the dynamic is still the same. There's one of them is kind
One
of like
dumb one,
got
one-
it together, and the other one's kind of like and then
I just figured out which one I am.
oh no, I'm the goofy. I'm the.
You are not.
I'm the cool dad. That's my thing.
We're both the dumba.
The couple that came to mind was Nathan and Haley from One Tree Hill. And I feel like
Were they married? I'm clearly
I'm
not.
so
up to
sad
date
right now.
with-
We need
They
to
got
have a
married.
One Tree Hill marathon. Are you
Oh,
kidding?
no.
They
What
got
have I
married
done?
in high school.
Oh.
I hope that wasn't a spoiler. If anybody hasn't begun One Tree Hill yet. They got married like early in high school. And they had their trials. But then
So into it. They're so into it. They had their trials.
they did hardcore.
Then
Everybody
they
in
stayed
One Tree Hill.
faithful. And there was no. Oh.
What I'm saying is, by the 8th season, everybody was so calm on that show. They'd start this horrible drama, and then everybody would be like, we're grown up now. We don't do that. Like, it's so funny, the contrast between early One Tree Hill and like late One Tree Hill. And to me, it's so like actual life because you kind of get to this point where you're like, man, I don't care about the drama.
Rama says, what do you guys do to solve a fight or an argument?
I know what this guy does. He waits me out.
My instinct has always been to solve it right then and there. And I've
No.
learned over time that I can't do that.
No, your instinct is to not say anything. He like goes,
That's not true. That's not true.
I
Okay,
get all upset.
Think like 10 years ago, okay? And we'd get into an argument and I would try and fix it. And I wasn't listening, like I wasn't taking it in. I wasn't giving you time to like, for you to process, like there wasn't time for us to process it. And I found now that it's a mixture of communication and space and like time.
I don't know. I just know his strategy is to like say as little as possible. He's just like, and then he lets me go crazy. I'm like, aren't you gonna say anything? And he's like, like say something. I just said something. I said a lot. I just poured my heart out here. And he's like,
No, I say things.
it's his strategy. I know he's thinking in his head, like, I'm just gonna not say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. It's impossible to fight with them. That's the thing. He made it impossible, so we don't do it. don't fight.
It's no fun to fight with me.
Not. He's so boring about it.
Samantha says, what advice would you give to a newer generation on what it means and how to have a thriving relationship / marriage?
Our whole relationship, we've had like full transparency with all of our like email, Facebook, text messages, phone. It's not like I have it because I need to or feel a need to check up on him at all. But I feel like there's this piece that I have because I know that he doesn't care. Like he's like, okay, whatever. His email is in my email account. Like when I'm on my phone, if I'm just looking at the email button, I see his email, our business email, and like my email, and then my junk email. Like it's all merged. I can't even tell the difference between his or mine. So like, and like I don't even care. Like at this point, I'm like, oh, more haters back off emails.
Well, I feel like with what you just said, you can kind of zero in on that. It's like, I can't tell what's his and what's mine.
Yeah.
Like, across the board, it's not just emails, it's everything. We are one unit. Like we share a brain and a heart and a life.
Yeah.
And so we share everything, and there's never a yours and mine. And I feel like that makes a really strong, good bond. And a really good, like a solid marriage advice is there is no more mine and yours.
Yeah.
It's ours.
Yeah.
And
we
I
don't
feel
even
like
like skip a beat with that. That's
we
like
don't even think
100%.
about it. Yeah, we don't even think
Yeah.
about it. It's just, this is ours. Like,
Yeah. And I feel like if I were to say, like, oh yeah, I have, like, I can see my husband's Facebook messages or his text message. Like, people think that's really weird and not normal. As far as a newer generation, I feel like people think it's like the ultimate in root badness in a relationship if you looked at a text message or an email, but like he has nothing to hide.
I would expect you to. Like, I don't even care. I don't care. Just don't care.
And I don't care either, like, but he doesn't care at all about my stuff. So I'm like, don't you want to see my Facebook account? He's like, no, leave me alone.
That's more information that I can't store it all
Like,
in
I'm
my
busy.
brain.
Got lots to do.
Emery, is that how you say that name?
Yeah.
Emery, was there a moment where you guys thought that you couldn't remain married anymore? If so, how did you overcome that? I have never, ever let that thought come into my mind, ever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how you resolve that. We'll get into an argument, and that's like never on the table. It's just not. It is not an option. It never will happen. And so I know that we're always gonna come to a resolution, and we will make each other happy, and we will lift each other up. I never like, oh wow, this is, we're gonna end it here.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, I feel like you could do, this isn't permission for you to, but you could do the worst thing in the world, and I would still be like,
Check all your emails.
I would still be like, okay, how do we fix this? Like, how do we make this work?
I feel like we're often asked for marriage advice, and one of the things that really throws me off is that we're just really happy together and always have been. We've never had like the major marriage trials that many people go through. We're just generally like, we love each other a lot, and we're happy that we're together. And people around us, like when we're at parties and stuff, like I wouldn't say we don't fight. Like I think we kind of bicker all the time. That's kind of our dynamic. Like we're very bickery. I think people go like, oh, I was so tense around you. I'm like, what?
We communicate aggressively.
We communicate aggressively? I guess. I don't know. Like, but we don't have like fights. We're not like, oh, sleep on the couch. Like we don't have that.
No. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video and for asking us questions on Twitter. If you have questions that we didn't answer about marriage, leave them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like our channel and all the cute kids that we have, you can subscribe and click the bell button so that you get notified maybe.
That's really important.
The bell button is very important,
According
apparently.
to YouTube now.
YouTube wants you to click that bell.
They make the rules.
We just follow them, and
Hope you do too.
yeah, follow the rules so you don't get kicked off.
Yeah, they're kicking people off YouTube if you don't get notifications. I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think that's actually the reason people get... Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.